Hey guys, so today I'm here to expose David Diga Hernandez, otherwise known as David Devil Hernandez. So David Diga Hernandez backloads works into the gospel by saying that genuine faith produces works. So what he's essentially saying is that if you need the works to be saved, or otherwise it proves you're not saved. He's saying if you don't have works, that proves you aren't saved. And that's a false gospel. Matthew 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
It can seem like a contradiction, for in Ephesians we're told it's by faith alone. And then in James we're told, but faith without works is dead. There's no contradiction here. What James is describing is not being saved by works, but being saved by genuine faith. He's not saying that works save you, but that the kind of faith that produces works actually results in salvation.
Alright guys, as you heard, David Devil Hernandez said that genuine faith produces works. And he misquotes James 2 verse 17 to support that statement. Now that's not what James 2 verse 17 was even talking about. Let's read it. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Notice how it says, what doth it profit? Not, is he really saved? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Notice James said, what doth it profit? So he was talking about believers, people who are already saved, their faith being profitable to other people, their faith helping other people. He was saying that if their faith isn't helpful to other people, if it isn't useful to other people, then it's useless. And notice how he says, can faith save him? So he's saying, can your faith help that person? Can your faith be profitable to that person? Because if your faith isn't helping anybody, then it's useless. It's dead. He wasn't saying that if you don't have works, then that proves you aren't saved. That's not what James was saying here. The whole book of James 2 is written to the brethren, which is synonymous to believers. And now let's look at Ephesians 2 verse 8 to 9. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Notice how it says not of works. So that means works can't be the evidence or the proof that you're saved, or that genuine faith will naturally produce works. No, salvation is not of works. So works aren't the evidence that you're saved. Works don't get you saved. None of that. Romans 4 verse 5. But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. Notice how it says to him that believeth. It says to him that believeth, not to him that believeth plus work. No, it only says to him that believeth, not work. His faith is counted for righteousness. Romans 3 verse 24. Being justified freely by his grace, through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Notice how it says freely by his grace. It doesn't say freely by his grace plus our works. It says freely by his grace. So it's grace alone, not our works. Romans 11 verse 6. And if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise work is no more work. So it can't be both grace and works. It can only either be grace only or works only. And salvation is grace only, it's grace alone. So salvation is not of works. Matthew 11, verse 13. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So it's easy. Salvation is easy, guys. If you had to do works to get saved, then salvation would be hard and it wouldn't be easy. John 6, verse 47. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. Notice it says, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. Not he that believeth on me and has works as evidence has everlasting life. That's not what Jesus said. He said, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. You either believe that or you don't. And to believe means to trust Jesus. To trust Jesus alone and nothing else. And it's everlasting life. You can never lose it. You can't lose your salvation. If you could lose your salvation, then you would be temporary life and not everlasting life. Galatians 1 verse 7, which is not another, but they be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Christ. So David Devil Hernandez perverts the gospel of Christ, saying that works are the evidence that you're saved. And he's a pervert. 2 Corinthians verse 11. Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 15. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to his works. So David Devil Hernandez is a minister of righteousness, whose end will be according to his works. And another thing I wanted to point out, notice how this man has almost 2 million subscribers. So that's 2 million people, almost 2 million, that he's deceiving and leading astray. And Jesus even said in Luke 6 verse 26, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. So it's all the popular prophets, guys. It's all the popular ones who are teaching a false gospel. It's all of them. Matthew 23 verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. So David Devil Hernandez is a Pharisee hypocrite, and he shuts up the kingdom of heaven by saying you need the works as evidence. And that's a false gospel. Saying that genuine faith produces works is a false gospel. And a false gospel saves nobody. So that's shutting up the kingdom of heaven. Galatians 1 verse 8 to 9. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. So David Devil Hernandez preaches a different gospel, and he's a serpent whose head will be crushed and destroyed. So let him be accursed.